Let's ask the question, look, are we really in a bubble? So it's a good question to ask because you'll see all these articles from both domestically and internationally come up, even locally too. Will the Australian property market crash? And it's just on Forbes, the US Forbes advisor site. And look, it's a good question to ask, but I think there's a few underlying things that people need to know. So first things first, at the moment, we have increasing loan commitments for lending. So because of that, right, that means more people actually wanting to get into the market. And it actually means demand has increased, believe it or not. So you'll see it basically picked up from kind of the start of 2023 right till now, and it's continuing on. And this is just from ABS, so you can fact check me if you want. But this is literally a screenshot off the ABS. Not only that too, look, national vacancy rates are actually very low at the moment. So what do I mean by that? Look, vacancy rates are a very good idea and a very good indicator of the underlying demand in the market. I'll tell you why. When property prices go up, there is an element of speculation there. Don't get me wrong, there's fundamentals, but there's an element of speculation there. When vacancy rates fall and rental demand goes up, it's very natural in nature. And I'll tell you why. If you go and rent a house, right, and let's say it's $500 a week, you're not going to be, say, wow, this is such a nice house. I can't wait until they charge me $600 a week, are you? You're going to be like, no, I'm happy with this house, but I hope the rent stays the same or ideally goes down. But if it goes up, the demand there is very natural in its course. So that's the reason why the market is actually fairly strong at the moment. Those are basically record low vacancy rates nationally. So it's just incredible what's going on there. Furthermore, these are just mortgage delinquency rates. So if you look at this graph here, not graph, but it's a table, should I say. You could put it in a graph, but either way, you'll notice there that the mortgage delinquency rates, look, if you go right back to, 2019 or 2020, when you had, kind of the 1 to 2-ish% or maybe a touch higher percent of delinquency rates there. Even then, like people said, the market was soft, but even in 2021, we had sort of in the 1%, and that's when we had a big boom. If you look at now, this is just on prime and arrears, prime and non-conforming as well, sort of rates. You'll see that that you can, it's somewhere usually between the low, the low ones to even below 1%. So it's actually lower. So that means not a lot of people are actually falling behind on mortgages, despite what the media say. That's the truth. So let's just take that into consideration, really, when considering if we're in a bubble or not. So really, we're not. If I answer it, no, we're not in a bubble. And the reason is there's too many strong underlying fundamentals behind that. And they're going to stay likely for a minimum of 2 years. So look, vacancy rates, that housing crisis and vacancy rates is going to stay there for, minimum 2 years, I think, or maybe for 10, because the government just has, we need a real big change of government for that to change, and it's just not going to happen anytime soon. So that's one reason. As I said, delinquency rates are way too low for us to be in a bubble, because plenty of people, that means affording their mortgages. So you need that kind of number to go over 2-3% kind of to really have a proper correction, really. Like you might have a dead cat bounce or a finance correction once in a few cities, but not for a national market. And increasing loan commitments just means that there's enough demand for people with money. So that's not going to really happen either, to be honest. So look, to give everyone an idea, no, we are not in a bubble, definitely not. But again, as I said, that's not the same for every city, and we'll get into that.